Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Dan Richard Fishing. Today we are back in the office and we're working on our Echo Maps. As promised, as I've mentioned many times in other comments on other videos, I've promised you guys that I would show you how to upgrade these via Wi-Fi. So wireless upgrades using nothing more than your phone or other mobile device running iOS or Android. So stick around and I'm going to show you how to do this A to Z. Now, of course, before we get started, guys, all I ask in return for these videos is just to take 2 seconds, 2 nanoseconds, and just go ahead and hit that like button for me and help me grow the channel. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. The channel growth has been awesome. So please, it really helps. Just take a second to hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you like these DIY videos or the fishing or any kind of customization for your boat, just make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you'll know every time I've got an update, all right? So now let's talk a little bit about what we want to consider when we're doing this, okay? The first thing I want you to bear in mind is this only works for the Ultra, Plus, and UHD series, okay? So any Echomap that has a touchscreen on it. So unfortunately, you guys with the CHIRP or with the Generation 1 Echomap, you still need to use the old-fashioned version, the old-fashioned method, which is taking the SD card, plugging it into your computer, putting the updates, and then plugging it into your unit. Now, I've already done a video about that, so you can see in the description below. I'll put a link to that method, all right? And bear in mind that that update method works for all Echomaps, even these newer ones. It's just a different way of doing it, okay? So it works for everything, but you have to use that method for the older units, anything that's not a touchscreen. The other thing to consider is that when we update via the ActiveCaptain app on our phone, we're gonna be bypassing the little trick that I've mentioned in the updating your maps video, which you can also check out, that's also in the description below, where you basically get some free maps years away from when you bought it. So like we've talked about in the past, in that other video, when you first register your unit, you're granted 1 year of free map updates, right? So it's based on the date that you register your unit, not when you buy it. So if you were to buy it now and then in 3 years register it, well, for those 3 years later, that's when you'll get your 1 free year. Whereas if you use the ActiveCaptain app, you will need to register your unit immediately. So your 1 year of free upgrades or free updates will kick in right away. So bear that in mind. You will not be able to use that 1, 2, 3, 4 year trick where you can stretch it out because it forces you to register right away. Okay, so bear that in mind. With this method that I'm going to show you, you do lose that ability to push your activation date out as far as you want, okay? So with all that said, we're ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to enable Wi-Fi on here, okay? So now when you enable Wi-Fi on this, it's not the same thing as connecting your Wi-Fi to your phone or to your TV or to your computer. We're not connecting to the Wi-Fi of your house. We're actually going to set up a Wi-Fi point with this. So this kind of becomes a Wi-Fi router that just doesn't have internet connectivity. And then we connect our wireless device to this. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. We're going to go hook this up, get it onto the battery that I have here in my workstation, and we'll get started. So first set is turning on the unit. Now I'm just going to show you guys which version of software I have. All right, so you can see we're running 10.10. So let's go back. We're going to go into the settings. We're going to go to communications. We're going to go to wireless devices, Wi-Fi, and we're going to turn the Wi-Fi on. Okay, it's going to ask us if we want to. We're going to click on, and then this is the first time we do it, so we need to configure. So we're going to hit OK, and we're going to give it a name. Okay, so I'm going to call it Dan Fishing. So that's the name of my Wi-Fi network. Okay. Click next. Then it's going to ask us for a password. So password, we're going to do the same thing. Not very secure. Okay, done. And now it's gone ahead and enabled Wi-Fi. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to hit home. And then we're going to go into ActiveCaptain. Now, one thing I want to mention is that ActiveCaptain does still require an SD card. So it's important that you've got an SD card inside the unit. It's not SD card free. So basically the ActiveCaptain app will be putting in information to and from the card in order to communicate with the unit, okay? So we're in ActiveCaptain, so now we're gonna go ahead and install the ActiveCaptain app on the phone. Okay guys, so I've got my phone out and I'm gonna go ahead and load the Play Store. So of course, on a Google device, Android, you've got the Play Store, iOS, you've got the Apple Store. So let's go ahead in my phone, I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So we're gonna go to the Play Store, and then we're gonna search for Garmin ActiveCaptain. There it is, it's being suggested at the top. And there it is. We're going to go ahead and hit install. And we're going to go ahead and just let this download. All right, now it's installing. All right, it's done. Let's go ahead and hit open. I agree, and hit next. Now, if you don't have an account with Garmin at this point, you need to click on the Create One now. I've already got one. I've already had my units registered because I've already downloaded my map. So I'm going to go ahead and input my account. So again, if you don't, go through the steps of creating one first. And then once you've got your info, hit Next. And here we go. It's loading it up. You can take the tour if you want. I'm going to go ahead and skip it. So we're going to go to My Marine Devices, and it should pull up my devices. There you go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back and hit Connect to Garmin Wi-Fi. And I'm going to allow it while using this app. And we're going to go ahead and select the Garmin one. There we go. We're going to put in our password. Connect. It's asking me my permission. I say OK. And then the unit behind me should beep. There you go. You just heard it beep. So let me show you what's going on over here on the screen. So you can see here on the screen, it's saying new ActiveCaptain user was detected. So this is my attempt to connect. Are you the owner? I'm going to say yes. It's going to check all my details, and then you go ahead and hit done. And it'll say new ActiveCaptain user was added. So we're good to go. Hit OK. And we can skip this. And now it goes back to here. Now let's check out what's going on the phone. So here you can see on the phone, we now have a red dot on the My Marine devices. So we're going to click that. And it's saying that there are software updates available. So it's saying disconnect from Dan Richard Fishing to download software updates to your mobile device. So let's go ahead and disconnect. So I'm going to swipe down. I'm going to change back to my home network, which is this one, Fishing Mecca. All right, let's go back. So now we're going to go back here. And now you can see it automatically says download. So I'm going to click download. So we'll give this a little bit of time. We'll let it download. And while this is downloading, we can see here on the screen, it currently shows ActiveCaptain. This is community, I believe it's community information. It's got an error. This is disabled. This isn't working. This is because we haven't synchronized yet. So the first time we synchronize with the ActiveCaptain app on the phone, this will all be updated with information. So right now we're still downloading our software update. It's 60% complete. We'll just let it cook for the rest. Okay, and we're done. So now it says software updates are ready for transfer. So we're going to go ahead and click on connect. We're going to change the Wi-Fi network. We're going to switch back to Dan Fishing, which is the unit. We're going to re-input our password. Oh, it's already saved. So we'll go ahead and hit connect. Yes, indeed. And I just ignored that message. It's just a default with my phone. We're going to hit continue. Perfect. All right, we're good. So now you see it's saying create ActiveCaptain memory card. So this is why you need the SD card. So we'll hit continue. And that's it. It's done. Click done. Then we'll go back. So what we'll do is now I'll just go ahead and put this card back in. Let's see if it detects it. There we go. It got it. And then we're going to do create ActiveCaptain memory card. Do we want a format card? We don't need to, but you can do it if you want. That's fine. All right, creating active card. All right, now we've got the card. And you can see the difference here is it's got the use space and free available space. Now, what you'll notice right here and on the phone, it's now showing ActiveCaptain community data is transferring 6%. So that means it's now enabled, and you can see it's now working on the phone. Now, just so I don't sound like a crazy person, sometimes it works with the card already in, and sometimes you need to pop it out and pop it back in like I just did. So you saw popping it out, putting it back in worked. Now it's actually going to go through several cycles. It's going to do this first, then it's going to do validating, and then it's going to transfer over the updates and validate the updates. So we'll speed through that so we don't have to sit here, but it does take quite a while, maybe 20-30 minutes to complete the entire cycle. So you can see at this point during the validation, the synchronize icon is gone, but you can click on sync with plotter and it'll actually now show you the details. So you can see the validation percentages there, and the transfer for software updates is still pending. All right, and now it's starting the software update. By the way, guys, while we're running the update behind me here, it's important to note that the card that you want to use an SD card. It doesn't have to be the best, the fastest speed like for 4K recording, so just a cheap card will do, but no bigger than 32 gigs. So it needs to be between 4 gig, which I don't even know if you can buy something that small anymore, and no more than 32 gig. If it's bigger than 32 gig, the Echomap won't even be able to read it, okay? So just bear that in mind. Make sure you get the right kind of card. And you can also get a card reader if you want for on your computer. I'll put a link in the description below to exactly the card reader I use. In fact, this is it right here. This is the Anchor card that I use, card reader, super convenient. It allows you to run micro SD cards or full SD cards. It's fantastic. Okay, let's get back to watching our update going on. Okay, we're now at 40% transferred, so we'll just continue to let that cook. By the way, you'll notice that as this downloads on the phone under charts, it says new charts available for download. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's new free charts or new updates. That could just be upgrades to your current charts that you have to pay for. Some of them are $85, $100, okay? So you can click on that after we're done and check, and it'll show you which ones that you need. You just need to go back to your map options, which I'll show you at the end of the video. Okay, we are just about done the initial transfer, and then it'll do a validation. Just that transfer time took about 20 minutes, maybe even 30. It took a while. Okay, software validation is just about done. All right, let's go ahead and take a look, review. So update's ready, install now. The update could take a long time. Well, we've already invested a considerable amount of time, might as well go all the way. All right, you can see here it's upgrading to 13.30. Okay, that's done. So it's gonna go ahead and reset the unit, and it'll run the last part of the upgrade. All right, we're doing one more scan for updates. Now what I noticed when it does this kind of update, usually it says 0% and then it'll suddenly jump to 100%, just like it did now. Don't worry about it if it seems stuck at 0, just let it sit there for 5 minutes and then all of a sudden it'll hop to this. So we're good, let's hit OK. Better restart, and now you can see it's saying 13.3 right there. Okay, we'll hit agree. Let's go to settings, system information, software, and we are now running 13.3, and you're done. Okay, if we go back to our phone screen here, we can see it's kind of timed out, nothing's really happening. So you can go back and hit connect to Garmin Wi-Fi, select the correct unit again, got our saved password. There we go, connect. And that's reconnected, and you can see all of a sudden on the screen, everything is going green. And we'll go here, it'll auto sync, it'll check there. So let's see, no updates, no. So see how it says no ActiveCaptain memory card detected? Again, it's just a timing thing. The app is just a little wonky. I don't know why it's like that. Oftentimes I'll see it say no active memory card. And then if I wait a little bit, all of a sudden it starts working. So don't go too crazy with this. The thing that's kind of frustrating is that there's no way to really force it to refresh, which is weird. And that's why I feel like the app is not very intuitive. You never really know what it's doing. There's no prompts. It doesn't let you refresh. It definitely needs a little bit of work, but we have upgraded. Sometimes all you need to do is restart it. So, I mean, we can just restart the app just like this. Connect. And we'll set it to reconnect at startup. Connect. Okay, that's good. And now you see we reset, and now all of a sudden it starts working. It's very strange. It's not the greatest app in the world, but you can see it did work. So now let me show you the bit about the charts. So you can see here it's telling you we've got new charts available for download. So what we'll do is we're gonna hit back, and we're gonna hit chart at the bottom. Then you're gonna hit the hamburger menu that's here, and you're gonna go to download charts, and we'll allow yes. And here you can see that we've got the two maps that I have available on my unit. I've got US Lakeview and I've got Canada Lakeview. These are the latest ones. It's saying not downloaded. That's because I haven't downloaded them with my app, so they're not on my phone. But you can see if I want to upgrade, I can update them, but it's $85 each. Okay, so at this point, obviously, I'm not going to do that. So there are no free updates. If there was a free update, it would say update available and it would be $0. Okay, so that's how that works. So nothing too complicated there. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you do want to actually download your map, click on the one you want. So it says not downloaded. So let's do Canada Lakeview detail. I'm going to click on the little icon of the mountains. So you can see I don't have any of these maps downloaded yet. So what you can do is we'll just go in here and we're going to switch to my home Wi-Fi. You don't want to download maps using your regular Wi-Fi, using your data on your phone, because it'll cost you a fortune in data. You're going to eat up your data pretty quick. So let's go ahead and download the Montreal area. So you can see this is downloading now. Okay guys, so you saw right at the end there, I was showing you how you can download maps and check the upgrades on the maps. Now you can do it that way, but after the experimentation I've done with it, it's extremely brutally slow. So I highly recommend you use the old method of downloading maps from your computer, putting them on the SD card, and just keeping that SD card in your unit at all times to run your supplemental upgraded maps, okay? So check out, link in the description below as always, there's gonna be the video on how to go ahead and download those updated maps, okay, and how to use them. All right guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, you can use the comments below to send me any questions or any comments, any feedback, whatever you got. I'm there to help you guys out. I always try and respond as quickly as possible. And of course, if you found it helpful, make sure you hit that like button. Help me out, help me grow the channel. I really appreciate all your support. I'm actually looking very forward to the next big milestone, which is 5,000 subscribers, because when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be doing a 30-day giveaway. I've already got it all planned out. I'm super excited. I figure we can do it in a little while. We're at about 3,500 now, but it's growing very, very quick. So guys, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you always know when I get my next update. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.